Welcome back to the Cognac, Tequila, and the Girl Show. It's time to hang out with Rob, Mike, and Dunia. Whatever you don't want to say, they will with no chaser. Take a shot and let's have a drink. Is hashtag squad goals still a thing? Because they are. Let's go.
Welcome back, everyone.
Hello.
What's up?
Welcome back to Cognac, Tequila, and Girl, CTG.
How y'all doing?
Or STD, as Harper likes to call it. Every time she sees my necklace, she wants to pronounce CTG into a word. I'll keep trying to explain to her. We are back with episode 229.
Step 9.
That one. And we're doing a current events episode. I haven't done one in a hot minute. There's so many current events happening.
Hope y'all had a good 4th, by the way. Nobody blew their fingers off.
Happy Taco Friday for me. That's what I celebrated. But since we're talking about holidays, this will air on a very special person's holiday. Harper's birthday. So happy birthday to Isi Pie. You'll never hear this until you're old enough
to listen to us.
But we haven't forgotten you.
Yeah,
Can't wait for you to get back and celebrate you.
Yeah, for sure.
She's on Monday.
Yeah.
In case anybody wants to send me money. No,
Well, you can give it to her.
I know.
We'll save it for her, I guess.
Yeah.
Right.
Or I'll donate it to myself via the surprise that I am. Surprise.
Right.
Yeah.
It would go to a good cause.
Yes.
Basically.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Anyways, before we get into our current events, how was your week, Tequila?
I had a dismantling week.
Dismantling?
Yeah.
Any elaboration? Because that sounds awful.
Somebody hit my car.
What?
I had to get a new bumper. Yeah.
And you're not in the air flight?
No, I wasn't in it.
Huh?
I wasn't in it.
Oh, you weren't in there?
No.
Oh.
Okay.
I would have pretended I was in it. At this point, lawsuits are where it's at.
All right.
Well, I'm glad you're okay.
Yeah.
This car fixed?
It's fixed, yeah.
Oh, damn.
Can I get the new bumper put
What
on?
kind of car and what kind of bumper you need?
My Tesla.
Oh,
yeah.
the one I jumped in?
Yeah.
See where we were going with it? All right.
Did you just jump in his car?
Mhm.
That's fucking weird.
Yeah.
You should have called the police.
I asked them where we were going.
It's giving very blackening. Great movie, guys. Watch that movie. Well, glad you're okay. Glad the car's okay. From my fender benders, my shit's still messed up. So you were on top of it.
All right. Did they do it on purpose?
How was your week?
You don't want to talk about it. You might have a lawsuit in the making. We don't know.
That's true.
We're over talking.
My week was interesting. For 4th of July, because you know we sell liquor at this point, I assume everybody would know that. So I have a carter's permit in the car for delivering liquor. And so I had...
Can we have the short version?
Yeah, so I was going to clear the floor, and I'm like, I'll just take it. So I went about 2 hours out to East Texas. I'll just call it that way. And so I see the store on my first stop, and I see another competitor over there. So I was like trying to hard sell this guy on some stuff. So I said, okay, let me just pull this side. And I'm checking my texts from in the group, and boop, 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 knock on the window. I said, so I rolled down the window. He said, can you shut your car off? I said,
Who said it?
The officer.
You didn't say
Oh,
that.
I'm sorry. So,
half-ass long
well, I said,
stories.
pulled over, but whatever. So the cops come and they're like, you all right? And I said, yeah, I'm cool, what's going on? They said, well, we were just concerned on why you pulled to this side of the road or whatever. And I said, so long story short, they took me out the car. They told me put my hands on the hood of the other car. Then they had another officer pull up. I guess it's the superior officer, the older guy, or whatever. And they were like, "Are you sure you haven't been partaking in these alcohol products you're carrying?" I said, "No, absolutely not." And then they had me do a sobriety test thing, you know, with the pen thing and the walk the straight line and all this stuff. And then they patted me down. Well, yeah, they patted me down first. So, "You have any weapons on you?" I said, "Nah." I said, "I got my medication for my eye thing, whatever." So basically, sorry.
This should have just been a current event segment because
Well, no. So there was like, I'm gonna go old guy, young guy, and the middle tier guy, age wise. He said, "Do you have your cartage permit?" I said, "It's in my wallet because you asked me for my ID," and I just pulled my ID out and gave it to him and dropped my wallet in the cup holder. Now, no, I got.
Must be nice. They would have told me I dropped a weapon.
No. Well, no, because I was like, the minute he knocked
I'm
on.
just talking because this is like an elongated my week.
Yeah, for real.
Okay, my bad. So I'll cut it short.
Yeah.
They basically.
They let him go.
I mean, they let me go because everything checked out. Like, I got business cards where they were searching. Oh, they asked me to search the card. And I said, "Go ahead, search the card." Now, so that being said, I was nervous because I was like, "Man, I got open bottle. I don't think I have open bottles in there." No, I forgot about the thing. And old boy's talking to me, you know, trying to talk to me. And I'm nervous because I'm like, you know, like,
Sir.
you know what they do when they try
Sir.
to like calm you down and stuff. And I'm just like, you know, he goes, "Oh, don't get too close to them. I don't want them to think you're doing something bad or something." And he asked me what was Old Monk rum, and I said, "It's rum from India," or whatever. So I was about to say, "Hey, you can ask the dude at the store. He knows me or whatever." But yeah, that was basically it. He saw my permit in the back seat, and he was like, "I mean, you gotta understand, I have a badge."
How was your week? For real.
I can't. Like, this was, when you ask how your week was, it's not supposed to be longer than a couple of minutes. So, like, that could have been a current event, that could have been your current event. It happened, you know, like, god dang. Jesus. My week was fucking long, hearing about this story 50 times.
It was hot.
Yeah, that's it. That's my week. Yeah. Good Lord. All right. Yeah. I guess we'll get to the segment.
What the fuck with the girl?
My what the fuck goes out to, I think what she, like, the head of our Secretary of Defense, Nomi, basically tweeting out over this alligator Alcatraz that they've come up with, that 65 million alligators will have a free meal soon.
He said that?
Yeah, she did. Yeah,
Oh, she
she
did?
did. Yeah, she did. And it's very specific, and I want people to, like, you know, you think it's like, ha, 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 ha. First of all, there's not 65 million illegal terrorists and whatever the fuck you are saying that they are in here. But you know what there are? Our population in America? 65 million Hispanic people. So she basically just told on herself. And it's disgusting. It's actually disgusting. I think it's really gross. You're building basically a concentration camp in the middle of alligator country. And you're making jokes about it. I don't think that's a joke. They're still human beings. I mean, some of these people have jaywalking tickets. And that makes them... your crime is based on what your color is, and they're just telling you that blatantly. And I know they want to erase history books, but slave masters have always been obsessed with alligators. If you look in Black culture and Black history books and Black history in general, those are the posters that they made. Black people trying to escape from alligators eating them because, you know, we're in the South, the swamps, and that's what they would do to our bodies. So I don't think it's fucking funny at all. And fuck you. Thank you. What the fuck?
What the fuck with the girl? Joking with Cognac.
Okay.
So, what did the Secret Service tell Trump when he got shot at?
Nothing, because they were all aware. No, what's the right answer?
Huh?
What's the right answer?
Donald Duck. Donald Duck.
You came up with that.
Donald Duck. Donald Duck.
You came up with
Yeah.
that.
Disney.
Yeah, yeah. Donald Duck.
Donald Duck.
He did too. He most definitely ducked.
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay. Well, I don't know.
Those are the posters and shit, type of shit they put out. Anywho, yeah, he ducked. It's like playing Duck Duck Goose with Harper, and she already knows because she's cheating. Anyways, let's get into some current events. I'm not going first. I feel like this is somebody else can go first.
I can go first.
All right, let's.
So I didn't realize how
So
bad.
I got pulled over and I was scared. Just kidding.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, go ahead.
it's like it was hot outside. Anyways, I didn't realize how bad that San Antonio flooding was. Like it was devastating. Like the whole sand.
I don't know what you're talking about.
So a current event means, okay, and I've done this with you a million times when we do these.
No.
We're not just chit-chatting because we know about it. We're talking to an audience, and there's people
Okay.
that have no clue about it because the world's not talking about it because they're not talking about the cutbacks of the weather stations that could have helped alert people of flash flooding and all of those things. So the
Yeah.
news is not really talking about it. So
Yeah,
if
basically,
you could
it was
explain it,
it
please.
was officials in San Angelo River and flew into there.
Into Curabell.
14 inches in 24 hours, and it was like a flash flood. The whole like river walk thing overflowed too. Like nobody's been in the river walk, but there's like if you go to the river walk, there is things but it couldn't even support that part that just flew into it.
Yeah, I think you didn't realize how bad it was because nobody's talking about it.
Yeah.
Because nobody wants to say what the fuck, and there are a lot of children that are still missing.
Missing from it, yeah.
And
that's
dead.
awesome. Yeah.
I think earlier I looked at something.
24 people confirmed dead.
Oh, I
Yeah,
thought I
yeah.
see. I read 34.
Well, it probably went up
Time.
since I read.
Yeah, yeah.
That was last night.
Oh yeah, that was maybe a couple hours ago. 34 dead.
12 girls missing from some camp.
Yeah, like kids.
Some
These are
kids, yeah.
kids. Like
Yeah.
11 and 12-year-old kids. Oh, try not to burst out crying.
Yeah, it was like
How awful.
Crazy.
How awful. And I don't try to make things political like that. It's a natural disaster. But as I said, there were cutbacks on the actual department that tracks flash flooding like that. So,
yeah.
and yeah, I can't even imagine even the kids that survived how they're gonna cope with that. And the adults also, obviously also, but my heart bleeds for children and animals more than grown ass people. But prayers to the whole entire community, those families.
Well, that's what I was.
Yeah, flash flooding in West Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Takes 12 kids missing. That's what the headline was reading earlier yesterday.
how awful to send your child
To camp, yeah.
You know, summer camp, they're excited.
Or they didn't want to go.
Well, yeah, that's I thought that too. You know, some people didn't want to go.
Well, see,
But either or, they were excited and that happened, didn't want to go and that happened. Maybe worse, you know. All right. Hey there, Houston entrepreneurs and small business owners. Are you starting a business or already running one, but drowning in paperwork, taxes, or bookkeeping headaches? You're not alone, and we've got some help for you. A friend of ours has launched a full-service business support solution right
full
here.
service.
Right here in Houston, called Samcom. From forming your LLC or corporation to handling your franchise tax filings, sales tax reports, bookkeeping, and even your annual income tax returns, Samcom covers it all, so you can focus on growing your business. What's new in 2025? BOI reporting, a new federal requirement that most businesses aren't even aware of. Mess it up and you could face a $10,000 fine or more. Don't worry, Samcom has you covered. Whether you're a startup, a side hustler, or scaling fast, let them take the stress off your plate. Email to info@samconus.com. That's info@samconus.com, or call 713-534-2175 to get started. That's 713-534-2175 to get started. Don't miss out. Your business deserves better, and let them get you sorted today.
Dang.
Hug your people, man.
So, it's on me?
Yes.
No Jews allowed. White supremacists are building a segregated community in Arkansas, but it's illegal. Return to the Land is one of the most established white supremacist residential communities in the U.S. according to the ADL. Nearly 60 years after the United States outlawed racial and religious discrimination in housing, one group in Arkansas is openly reviving it. Return to the Land, a white supremacist group started in 2023, owns 160 acres in northeast Arkansas. According to the group's website, Jews and non-whites and explicitly banned from membership. Prospective residents must verify their ancestral heritage in a written application and interview before becoming paying members and residing in the off-grid settlement, according to the group's Substack.
Yeah, there we go.
I ain't gonna keep reading that.
Yeah, that's fine.
but
Yeah, don't give them that much attention.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. That's how it starts.
They colonizing. The colonizers are
Turn
colonizing.
to the land sounds a lot like Gilead. Yeah. That's how it starts. And then somebody else with some money will get together and do the same thing. And somebody else will get together and do the same thing. And
original thing. Stupid fucking shit. They see something. Oh, we can do that. Like bullshit, whatever. That's fine. Y'all do you. See how long that lasts.
they're doing it because they think they can.
Exactly.
It's against the law, and they still think they can do it.
Well, yeah.
Because obviously,
no shit.
Given our environment here.
Okay. Well, either way,
Okay. Well, don't take your Jewish oath then.
I'm not taking it. And I'm showing up like the motherfucking Punisher.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
there's that.
All right. So my current event is talking about, I'll just do some celebrity news first. The Jeff Bezos, Lauren Sanchez wedding.
No.
The $50 million
I don't know much about it.
Wedding. I don't know much about it either,
I
except
think that was dope, though. I seen pictures.
yeah, for $50 million, it better be better than dope. It better be better than dope.
Did he get out in time to join?
No, he didn't. Even Republicans, or whatever the fuck they are, I don't know what they are like, what the fuck? It's kind of tone fucking deaf. So, like, you made that money from people that you're, Ivanka Trump was there. So, people you're deporting gave you that fortune. People you're arresting. This country's hurting, and
Bezos?
number one, you went and spent that money over. Yeah, Amazon.
I know, I'm saying Bezos is deporting people? You said deporting.
What I said was Ivanka, who was there, her daddy's deporting people that made him his fortune.
Okay.
It's just very tone deaf, you know.
Yeah. All right, gotcha.
We just had a big, beautiful bill that's signed, and I didn't even put it in my fucking current events, that's taking, like, meals away from poor children, taking medical care away from poor people. And you're over here, like, spending money, not even in the country that made you that money, in Venice, where they didn't fucking want you. The Venice people were protesting. They're struggling. They didn't need that shit over there. It was just gross. Gross. And shame on y'all. It's ew. It's just ew. You know, read the fucking room.
They put too many people on Venice Island, the shit gonna sink.
That's a shame that it didn't. Read the room. Read the environment. Help people.
They had boats. I seen mothers on boats.
Gondolas.
Yeah. I'm like, that shit flies to hell.
And you guys are just ugly inside and out.
Yeah.
Sorry. To my eyeballs and to my brain. Yeah. Anywho, and all of you that attended, shame on you too, including you, Leonardo DiCaprio, Mr. Climate Activist. And you've got Bezos just shooting up his girlfriend, some shit in the space, fucking up our climate every other day.
I was gonna say, okay. Well, see, you're getting there, because I'm saying that...
No, I'm not getting anywhere. I'm just speaking my mind. It's my segment.
Flying the plane and talking about wasting jet fuel and all this shit. Talking about,
I wasn't on planes. I was talking about astronauts.
That too.
Gail King, Katy Perry, or USA NASA Force.
She's Neil Armstrong.
His wife went up there. It's the same shame.
Right.
It's a shame.
There's that.
Just for shits and giggles. Next current event.
And fun news, I didn't realize that the reason you have Olive Garden, free breadsticks and salads, was because Olive Garden was established in New York in 1982. I forgot the year. It was Orlando, Florida, excuse me.
That's a whole different...
I know, that's like 3,000 miles away, something like that, right? All right. So I thought it was funny that the reason they did that and they kept that going was because they got overwhelmed by calling those things. And so basically they kept it going because they couldn't keep up with the sauces and the pastas because they were making it all fresh, everything fresh at that time. Mm-hmm. And so were like, well, we can make bread quicker, which, because we got pasta. Anyways, so I thought that was interesting that they kept that part going on free breadsticks and salad because people were waiting for their dish, their pasta with sauce.
I have to interject here because how is that current events? That just seems like a fun fact. That's not a current. You gave me a current event from 1982.
Well, because they're opening morning. All right. Expanding is endless. Okay.
I'm just okay. Thank you for the fun fact.
Okay.
Now
of a year before I was born.
I don't know about the listeners or anybody in this room, but I'm an avid online shopper. And one thing I want to say y'all noticed in the last couple of years when you checking out, they give you alternative ways to pay. And it's always a couple of pay now, pay later.
Karma.
Yeah, shit. Where you so the buy now, pay later purchases can now affect your credit score.
Y'all are fucked.
Here's what that means. The credit scoring company FICO recently announced it will add something new to some of its credit scores. Data from buy now, pay later loans. Those are the loans that allow shoppers, usually online, to break up a purchase into installments. The way to pay that's become very popular. I ain't gonna dig into it, but
some of y'all ain't gonna be able to get your hair done.
So you need to make sure you pay that installment all the time. Yeah.
I saw that. I've never done it.
I've heard of it.
Oh.
Yep.
Actually, I did do it. Affirm is one of them. I did Affirm with my Peloton.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I paid it early, like in fast. But I was just like, I'm gonna treat myself. But that was what it popped up, really. And I was like, okay, fine, I'll do it. But I did it early.
That's
the only time I've ever used it.
That's kind of like that. What was it thing called with the pet care thing?
Care credit?
When care credit, yeah. When Harley got hit by the car.
Yeah, but that's an actual credit.
Yeah.
That's not the same. This thing is like literally you can go buy a pair of shoes for $20 and pay for it. And
$4.
Yeah. Which is like you didn't need the shoes if you had to spend $20.
I need new shoes.
Yeah. So because I see it sometimes. I'll buy something like the fuck.
Yeah. I see it all the time.
Nah, fuck that.
I know Fashion Nova got it. Shut up. I like Fashion Nova. They do it all the time. I'm like, no, I don't.
I don't want it that bad. No.
They didn't do it for cars and houses though, because then we all would have been using it.
I'm sure. Well, they do though.
No, but you always knew that was going to affect your credit. These other ones didn't. That's what they're saying. Now it is.
Doesn't.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then they just were like, okay, well, could we please have our money? Now it's like, no, that ain't gonna work. So, good luck to y'all out there that can't have your outfit for the club.
I'm not gonna call the company out, but there's one company out there that they hold your money to pay for things. And you have to pay them, and then
sounds like the bank.
Well, right? It's like a Ponzi scheme. I don't understand where the Ponzi scheme ended on this company, because I literally the one store I delivered to, as a matter of fact, he said, "Are you on this thing?" And I said, "Nah." Do I need to write you a check? I said, "Yes." I'm just like, you're gonna pay them.
All right.
To pay me?
Time for my current event.
Go ahead.
A California teen was placed in a medically induced coma after suffering a 120-foot fall while hallucinating during a hike, but he's now breathing on his own, according to his family. He was 14 years old. I'm just going to summarize it. He was hiking with his dad in Mount Whitney, which is northern California.
Was his dad hallucinating?
No. Basically, if you read the story, he was already having like hallucinating. It's altitude sickness, basically, is what happened to him. And he started showing signs of it, and then he got better, and he would realize, hey, this reality's not. But I'm like, well, the moment y'all realized that, y'all should have brought him back down. Like,
yeah.
But they kept going because they thought he got better, and he just walked off a cliff. And luckily, he's alive. From when I looked this up on Thursday, he started breathing on his own.
God bless that boy, man.
He was seeing things like snowmen and Kermit the Frog.
Dang.
Yeah. So he told his dad. His dad's telling us this. So he told his dad he was thinking he couldn't. Things weren't real. They weren't looking real to him. He couldn't tell if he was dreaming or not.
Dreaming.
Just stop doing shit like that, y'all. I just wouldn't take my kid at that age. That's dangerous on its own. And that's something you can't even fucking help altitude sickness, really. If you want to take your old ass up there, go take your old ass up there. Let him, just like if they have to buy cigarettes at a certain age, drive at a certain age. Stop taking your kids on these weird ass fucking things.
I ain't know that was a symptom of altitude sickness.
Yeah, you hallucinate.
Yeah, I thought motherfuckers get dizzy, throw up and shit.
All kinds of
ears start popping and shit.
It's just like, did you know, I don't know if you watched it in school. What was that movie, Alive, where they had to eat people?
No, I didn't.
We had to watch that in history class.
Did you watch it in history class?
Yeah.
Seriously?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was either history or geography. One of the two, but it was in high school.
What's the name of it?
It's called Alive.
Alive.
But it's a true story.
It is a true story.
But yeah, they were hallucinating and shit. If anybody can hallucinate, you know, like fuck that show Yellow Jackets. Some girls was hallucinating their fucking ass off.
Yellow Jackets
just from being trapped.
They took
on
that
an
shit
island.
off. The Yellow Jacket shit. They took it off of the one with the old boy.
Well, this wasn't
Titanic
a
boy.
movie.
What's his name?
Rock. This wasn't a movie rock. I'm just saying that you can, like, when you're sick, even you can have the flu and hallucinate.
Yeah.
But I just feel like I wasn't there, so I'm not parental judging.
Yeah.
But the first signs of him telling you, I can't tell what's real, we got to go back
So
here.
so if you see a snowman or a Kermit the Frog.
Yeah, yeah, the one that, yeah, because that's not here. So we don't need to be here.
The first thing I'm thinking, food, you eat mushrooms.
Yeah.
Take that ass down before you jump off the cliff.
Yeah. But God is good
Yeah.
because 120-foot fall off a cliff in the mountains. He's lucky
He was
to
a
be
strong 14.
He's lucky to be alive.
So
Yeah. Right.
Maybe
Yeah.
Kermit helped him. I don't know.
maybe lizard grounded.
Anyhow, your turn for a fun fact.
I guess I'm not doing a fun thing because
Good.
The
'cause
tropical-
that's not the episode.
tropical storm, now they call it Chantal, formed in southwest coast Saturday morning, becoming the third named system of the Atlantic hurricane.
Chantel.
Mhm. System, I said.
I know. I'm
Oh.
talking. I'm just.
The Atlantic hurricane season, according to the National Hurricane Center. While the storm is first in season, and it will impact the United States. It is a major threat to landfall, but it brings a lot of rain. Basically, drenched parts of Southwest creates risky beach condensation through the weekend. So there's that update. You know,
Yeah.
watch
Alligator
out for-
Alcatraz is already
Yeah.
flooding right now as we speak.
well,
Guess what the alligators are doing?
they're going to be in the prison with the
Yeah.
with them,
Yeah.
basically.
Super funny.
Okay.
Next.
President Trump says he wants to stage a UFC fight on White House ground.
Yeah.
President Trump has announced that an Ultimate Fighting Championship UFC bout will be held on the grounds of the White House next year, one of many events to be held to celebrate America's 250th birthday.
This is true. You're laughing when it's true. Yes.
During a speech Thursday at the Iowa State Fairgrounds in Des Moines, Trump indicated UFC President Dana White,
Dana White, his bestie,
is going to organize one of the mixed martial arts fights on the ground of the White House. Quotations: "We have a lot of land there," Trump said, adding that it will be a full fight and that up to 25,000 people will show up for the spectacle.
Could you imagine if
Trying to get me some
Biden
tickets.
said the same thing? Could you imagine? Could you imagine?
Trying to
This
get
is
me some
crazy.
tickets.
This is crazy.
Okay.
It's crazy. And guess who's going to pay for that? Our tax dollars. Because the White House is supposed to be secured.
Yeah.
And now you're going to invite 25,000 people who can afford and pay you? Like, what, are you fucking kidding me? What a joke. What a fucking joke. First it was a Tesla dealership, now it's a fucking UFC center. The fucking White House. What a joke.
Sound like Camacho.
You know, at this point, like I just said
More
the
like
other day,
Camacho.
it's kind of pointless. It's like at some point you have to be like, all right, I just didn't like her, but I fucked up on this decision. And if you don't, then you're either fucking stupid or you're a demon. One of the two. You're stupid, a demon, or you're just like them. Which is a demon to me, so never mind. Just those two. Stupid or a fucking demon. Ignorant or a demon. Are you kidding me? Have you seen a press release about these kids missing in Texas?
Oh.
That's a red state. He should have said something. No, We're talking about a fucking UFC fight. It'll probably be like a Django fight by next year. That's what it'll look like. Fucking ridiculous. Well, that's what we're dealing with here. Good God.
Sound like a macho.
Yeah. Yeah.
Put some electrolytes on it.
Yeah.
That's it.
So, I mean, literally, the White House lawn can be bought.
Yeah.
I'm about to go sell our fucking liquor. I'm gonna go call them and see if we can sell our liquor on the White House
You
lawn.
mean
It's
like
a fucking, it's a fairground there. All right. Let me just. I'm gonna summarize this and just say, fucking Ohio. I tell you the truth. A mom and her 2 accomplices were sentenced to, she was sentenced to decades behind bars for her role in a mauling attack of one of her children by a large pit bull. She was sentenced to the maximum of 28 and a half years for the mauling of her 6-year-old son. With the judge saying she set him up to be used as a chew toy, basically. It's giving impoverished. Probably should have went to Planned Parenthood because she's not a good parent. She's one of 3 individuals charged for the death of her son on August 17, 2024. So that was just last year. She had 2 of her kids, a 6-year-old that died and an 8-year-old girl, in her custody for the week, which means she's a terrible parent, which I've always said. She didn't even have primary custody of these kids, and this is what she did the week that she had them. But she was basically handcuffing them to punish them or restrain them. And she handcuffed one of them, and one of the accomplices, it was their handcuffs, they were there. And she would videotape it and brag about it on her Snapchats and messages. And one time he was handcuffed and she basically let the dog fucking chew her kid up. They said there was so much pressure put on his throat. She searched, she says she never meant any harm. She really didn't. I didn't even know the cuffs were illegal or anything was wrong with it. My uncle told me it was okay. Then you shouldn't have fucking kids. Who the fuck handcuffs their kids? You idiot. Anywho, rest in peace to that poor child. And they said the dog was taken into custody house as a vicious dog. That dog is dead. So, some people just shouldn't have kids, and you should let them have that option. Because if not, they'll kill them. The 1 week they have to watch him. Anyhow, next. Bitch. I hope prison does what they usually do. So people that kill their kids. Go ahead.
The fire in Idaho guy. So he started a fire to get these firefighters fucking crazy.
You got it. I don't know what to tell you.
You have to give context.
Yeah. Oh, for real.
They got this
See
guy.
how I read like what happened and then you discuss it. So just read. Fire in Idaho where? What happened?
This guy in Idaho. What do you mean?
You will never be hired by newscasts.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
So this random ass guy.
He's not random. He's a MAGA supporter. His parents are very, very MAGA people. Go ahead.
I heard the opposite on that, but whatever. They're gonna plead their case.
Pictures
still,
are pictures.
Sure,
Yeah.
Anyway, so he started these fires in the woods to bring in firefighters
To assassinate.
to basically assassinate them. Yes.
On the anniversary of neo-Nazis losing their land, and the firefighters helped with that.
Yes.
So
That was in the news. I never heard that. So what happened?
he set up fires and then sniped them.
Snipered them basically.
He was like 20 years old.
Waiting. waiting in the woods for them to show up.
And anybody should feel some type of way about. Didn't hear anything from our president about it again, of course. Yeah. So if it wasn't true, then I don't know why he wouldn't say, "Why are you? He's so adamant about our police officers. Firefighters don't do shit besides try to help people."
Yeah, I used to want to be a firefighter.
Yeah, I mean, they literally don't do shit. You shouldn't have a problem with them, except if you had a problem with them taking away your neo-Nazi land. There's literally no reason. They don't do anything. They can't plant shit on you. I mean, you might find one corrupt firefighter. And it's crazy. Crazy. Yeah. You're not going to hear about anything that doesn't involve somebody that's
2 firefighters
illegal.
died. I think the one...
He's still in critical condition.
He's still in critical condition, yes. Yeah.
But the kid's dead. Yeah.
He's dead,
Yeah, he's not even a fucking kid anymore.
He killed himself or...
No, I think
they don't.
They killed him. No, I think they killed him.
I think they probably killed him.
Pretty sure I didn't. Well, you're gonna bring it up. You should know.
Yeah, I'll look it up. So, Governor Greg Abbott vetoes funding for federal summer lunch program for low-income children. Abbott cited uncertainty over federal funding of the program as his reason for rejecting the state's participation. Governor Greg Abbott vetoed funding for federal summer lunch program for low-income children was first published by the Texas Tribune, a nonprofit. I'm reading the wrong thing. Governor Abbott has vetoed a $60 million budget measure that would have allowed Texas to enter a federal summer lunch program for low-income children. The Summer Electronic Benefits Transfer, our summer EBT program, would have given qualifying families $120 per child to pay for lunches during the summer months in 2027. An estimated 3.75 million children statewide would have been qualified. The provision to join the program was tucked inside the state's budget bill, Senate Bill 1. Texas would have had to pay part of the administration costs to tap into at least $400 million in the federal support that would have paid for the lunches. But Abbott struck the provision in the list of vetoes released on Sunday.
I stand with the tree.
Palmer Elementary is a school that I pass by every day, and as soon as school out, they have posted summer. You know what I'm saying? When you come get your summer meals or whatever.
Yeah.
But they don't have it this year.
It's very sad.
Yeah. They're not doing it. They may be doing that at another school because they got a little construction going on right there, but they would have a sign telling you where to go because everybody in the community know to go to Palmer if your kids need. Yeah. But and I'm not saying because that bill affects 2027, but
right. But the big beautiful bill in general, the federal one, is affecting literally now, and I just don't know where the fuck we've lost humanity where kids should be affected by this in any way, shape, or form. You're punishing kids for their parents being poor. I don't know what type of Christianity or humanity that is. I really just don't understand that. I don't understand that. What are these kids supposed to do?
Do what they did in that show you watched, I guess. Alive.
I guess they're going to be signing up for the UFC fights next year on the White House lawn. Like fucking Hunger Games. We're living in fucking Hunger Games right now. This is crazy. This shit crazy. Anywho, does anybody else want to elaborate on that?
Go ahead.
No, okay. We got to talk about the Diddy verdict. That's current events. Yeah. Diddy was found guilty on only 2 of the 7. I don't know how many charges were.
2 of 5.
2 of 5. Okay, 5. Transporting prostitutes, basically. 2 counts of that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They carry both cases carry up to 10 years.
Yeah.
So you can get 20 years.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that, I feel like I'm not, I'm just your internet lawyer over here. You should have came with a better case than that, for sure. But, there's everything in the dark comes to light.
Yeah.
And if you're yaying, that's still not a nice person. I'm sorry. Like, yay for the justice system, they didn't prove it correctly. But ew, he's fucking nasty,
Yeah.
That you don't go to jail for being nasty. You can become president for being nasty. But look at my Glorilla voice. So he'll be out whenever the judge gives him his sentencing, I guess. But yeah, I don't want to talk about people's sex life and stuff, but
He already told you that he won't stop. Bad boy record. He already told you he won't stop.
Yeah. My God. I was just saying today, I've just never been that broken, and I've been, everybody's broken. I'm not speaking to these women, but first of all, I've always found Puff Daddy I used to call him like a burnt cigarette. Like, he just wasn't attractive to me. And then the power and the fame, and yeah, he was always a biter. He was just biting off other people's talents, as far as I was concerned. And, I wouldn't want to sleep with him or anybody he appointed me to sleep with. So, but that's just here nor there. That's just my opinion. That's not sort of facts. But we'll see. I think the verdict's set for October or something.
Yeah.
August or October.
The
judge.
I didn't know.
No, not the verdict. I'm sorry, sentencing.
The sentencing.
Sentencing, and the judge is not releasing him.
Releasing him now. Okay. So you heard about the hammer guy, whatever they brought in? The hammer guy? They call him the hammer? Heard about that?
No, I never heard. I know all of them. So
Man.
you don't even have the name.
It was a hammer song.
No, his name was the Punisher.
The Punisher, that's it. My bad.
Honestly,
My bad, the Punisher.
Was that your current event?
No.
Or you were just asking?
No, I was just asking.
Okay, so the Punisher. What about him?
No, I heard that the Punisher punished girls in front of him with his dinglings.
Everybody did. Yeah. Thank you. This is why we don't do current events. Because you should have like a current.
No, I asked. Okay. Alright, my bad.
But current events are important to be relevant in this space.
The Punisher, he was relevant.
You didn't even know his name. You called him the Hammer. Oh my God! Do you work for Trump News? like you just say things, just saying things.
Oh God, my bad.
Lord. All right. Last one, Tequila.
I don't have one because I usually do Texas current events, and everything is right now is about the flood in Kerrville. One of the dead that they found was the camp director. We were talking about the camps, and one of the fatalities that they identified is the camp director.
Put that out.
Yeah.
What you're doing, it's just you're saying.
Okay.
What is? He's
Nothing.
choking up because you're sitting there and it's just going this way.
Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, you had a 12-year-old girl almost get shot last night from celebratory gunfire, celebrating the 4th.
Where?
In Texas.
Here in Houston.
Oh, in Houston.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't agree with that. Y'all should literally consider the lives you take if you are able or own arms. You should not just celebrate with those as far as shooting in the air or anything, because you do not know where that bullet will land. So that's just my piece on that. I'm very adamant on like being a safety with guns. Very adamant on it. So, I mean, so.
Rest in peace to that poor little girl.
Mm,
All right, can we get to our last segment?
Now we're gonna go into our third segment of the evening, where we tell you 3,000 things about us. Using that magnificent book titled 3,000 Questions About Me. Me being Tequila, him being Cognac, she being the girl. This evening it's on the girl. She will open the book, randomly select a question, and we are going to answer it. Hopefully.
1030. 1030. What fashion style would you like to bring back?
Skids and jams.
Who?
Skids?
Skids, jams, and see Cabarete.
Oh.
I don't know what any of those three things are. I feel like you talked about skids. Are they jeans?
No.
Yeah. They Z Cabarete make jeans, but Z Cabarete is usually a silky like pant. But
It's too hot.
skids and jams are like they pants. They like sweatpants, and they just got all kind of designs on them. So they used to be plaid. They can be anything on them. Real colorful.
Jams too?
Yeah.
Right.
With a Z. Jams with a Z.
So they were like pajamas, and they made them into pants. Okay. What about you, Kyle?
The jabots. Good fitting jabots. Jabots with the clothes, with the feelers on the feet, the jabots pants to match, the shirt jabots to match that, and the hat to match that with it.
Fashion style. I consider myself like a fashionista. Bring back. I don't know, because anything that I like back in the pajamas. Those are pajamas. Let me. These, you can see them, are pajamas with a Z.
Skids were baggy.
Me, I wear everything. Like I still wear bell bottoms. Everything that I liked in the back in the day, I still wear them. Corsets are old school. I wear those.
You look damn good in the corset. I'll tell you that.
I look damn good in anything.
I know.
I would look damn good in these jeans.
Skids.
I would look good in jeans and skids.
Yeah.
That's a construction worker's outfit.
Yeah, those were skids.
Oh my god.
Sure was.
Skids like the.
Sure was. And they had the patch on them like that.
I was answering. Y'all.
He's showing the picture.
Anyway, what I would like to bring back is Crocs not being fashion. That's what I would like to bring back.
No, you. Okay. Bring it back.
$100 for some skids. What the hell?
Are you serious?
I will just get you some pajamas from Target and put a skids tag on it and call it a day. You guys are welcome.
The skid.
You're welcome.
The skid tag might cost.
I'm gonna give you the Sheen version of the skids.
Them shits.
$5. How much were they charging?
No, that was at Poshmark. That's some huge shit.
Oh, Poshmark, that's a resale.
Yeah,
I have
resale,
that.
Yeah.
They trying to make it like it's vintage or something.
Right.
It is vintage.
It's not.
Because I ain't heard of it.
They got a website.
I'm the youngest.
They got a website.
They have.
Yeah.
Is it
You're looking at it like you don't buy clothes.
Is it operating?
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
They didn't have a website when those came out. That's for fucking sure.
No,
so
they didn't.
obviously it's an operating one.
Nah.
Crazy. Those are pajamas. Oh my god. I need you. Look. Wait a minute. I need you to. I'm screenshotting that picture. Please send it to me so I can put it on our podcast page. I need everybody to explain to me, are those pajamas or
No,
not?
they had, because
That's
they were
ridiculous.
skids, like.
Skids with some chucks or some rings.
Yeah. I had a skid pocket. It was right on the pocket.
Yeah, right there.
Right there.
Oh my god.
Right there. Like a little
Yeah.
kid, yeah.
Yep. Sure did.
Okay.
Skids were.
I have a call to make, guys. We're getting a different person, though. The person we normally call asked us to call the person that I knew wanted to get the calls in the first place. So it's going to be Cognac's mama. Yeah.
My mom?
Yep.
They got ski shorts. I didn't know they had shorts.
Yeah, they have pajama shorts too.
I never
Yes.
done shorts though. I'm about to get in home group.
Hello, mama.
Yes.
Welcome to Cognac, Tequila, and the Girl.
Ah.
Welcome.
Good morning, Miss Murdoch.
Good morning.
Hi.
It is 7:30. Okay, good morning. Anyway, are you ready for your question? Papa said to call you.
Okay.
All right. What fashion style would you like to bring back?
Honestly, I really like the 60s. I
Okay.
really did. I mean, the mini skirts, the boots, it was just really cool. The makeup, the drawing in the lashes instead of gluing them on.
Oh, okay. Like Twiggy.
They draw the
Mickey,
lashes.
exactly.
Yeah.
The 60s, baby.
Look
Yeah.
up Twiggy. She was a famous model. But yeah. I mean, I did that style too. I was saying that I don't really care what year it was. I just wear it like bell bottoms and stuff. So.
Oh yeah, I like the 60s. I like the shirts. I like the prints.
And, a lot of flowers. I mean,
Yeah.
women were put, the flower power era, and they were put, wearing like little garlands of flowers in their
Oh,
hair.
you're talking about your hippie time, Mama. I heard about your hippie time.
And the weeds.
With bell bottoms and everything.
Yes, you were a cute hippie. Yeah.
The flower power.
Yes. All right, that was the question for the night. Thank you.
Have a good evening.
You too.
You too, thank
Love
you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Love you.
Love you.
Love you too.
Okay. I dig the 60s.
Yeah, I like the prints.
Yeah, I dig the hippie vibe.
Yeah.
Flowers and stuff. Not Prince so much, but I like the braids, the boho braids.
I like the prints. The colors come with the
Well, we know
prints.
you like colors, so you gonna wear all the colors.
Yes, sir.
And together and everything else. All right, thank you guys for listening. We love you so much. Please keep Texas in your prayers, and we'll talk to you next week. Bye. Happy birthday, Harper. I love you.
Happy birthday, Harper Rose.
Happy birthday, Harper.
That's it for this week's episode of Cognac, Tequila, and the Girl. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe on your favorite podcast app. As always, we'd love to hear your feedback. Follow us on all the social medias. Leave your comments and reviews. Until next week, keep safe and keep your squad close. Thanks for hanging out.